Hello everyone, my name is Raphiat and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time of coming here, you're welcome, and if you're an old subscriber, you're also welcome. Yay, I finally organized my two pantries and it felt so good. I'm really happy that I got to document the whole process because I shared a whole lot. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. I don't want you to miss out. I am going to be sharing some pantry essentials, and I'm going to start off with some containers that I use to organize the pantry. There are different kinds of containers and let's just get right into it. These ones are spice containers, but I didn't get to use all. I kept some for future use, but they are spice containers. There are different spice containers, and I'm going to be showing you different options you can use. I use this one most often in the video, and the big one is 380 mils, whereas the small one is 100 mils. This one is also 100 mils, but I didn't get to use this one in the video. I have future plans for it. It has this really lovely rose gold cover and it's really beautiful. So this one is airtight, really airtight, and it's beautiful, but it's kind of small, though depending on what you want to store in it. But it's really beautiful, but I didn't get to use it. I'm just showing you different options for spice containers. This one is also really good. It has rubber cover, but it's not really airtight. This one has this aluminum cover and is, I think, 120 mils. This one is 300 mils and it's also a very good one. This has to be my favorite. I don't know if it's because it's big, but it's really airtight and it's perfect for your nuts and seeds. It's 1000 mil, that is 1 liter, and it's perfect. So I'll put more details in the description box. And for bigger food items, these containers are actually really good. Highly recommended. They come in different sizes, and one thing I really love about them and I want to highlight about them is that they are airtight. That is one, and secondly, they are stackable. So if you're looking at saving space, maybe you don't have a lot of space in your pantry, I recommend that you get containers that are stackable. Okay, now for bigger food items as well, these ones are also really great, lovely, and they come in different sizes as well, with bamboo cover and airtight as well. For liquid, there are a variety of containers that you can use to store your oil and other things in that category. And this one is small size. This one is about 500 ml, really good too. It's airtight and it has a swing top. One thing I love about all the containers so far is that they are really good quality containers. This one is also very nice, airtight, and it has this really beautiful cover up there. Highly recommended as well. So these are the ones for your oil and co. And this one is a must have. It's a rotating bamboo lazy Susan. With this, you can place different items and reach out to a particular one with ease. I'm going to tell you more in the video. This one has 5 layers and it's a storage basket with 5 layers. Starting from the least one to the uppermost one, you can easily anchor them on each other using these hooks in this video. They are best for fresh food, and that's what I'm going to be using to store food in that category. So these are the hooks I'm talking about. You just use it to anchor one on the other, and so on and so forth until you arrange all the 5 layers. And to my solid customized crate, this crate, it met my expectation and even exceeded. I got an expert to customize this and I really love it. It's very durable. I love it, and I love the color as well. I'm going to tell you more as we go on. The truth is, no matter the containers you're using, whether they are old, they are new, it's very important that you wash them, be it glass, be it plastic, no matter the kind of containers. Always make sure that you wash your containers before using. Wash, rinse, and then dry them. To hasten the drying process, you can simply use a paper towel or a kitchen towel to do that. So that's what I'm doing here, just washing all the containers, each and every one of them, and then after washing them, allow them to dry before proceeding. And we're going to start off with some spices, and the first spice we have here is thyme. Thyme is very important for different recipes, so it's a must have. And we have chili pepper. What I usually do for chili pepper is to buy the pepper from the market, then remove the extra stem, any dirt, anything like that. Then I use a dry mill or the dry cup of my blender, or just grind them up. The reason I like doing this is because I want to make sure that I'm getting the real deal. Some people mix their pepper in the markets and all sorts of things, so I prefer doing it myself. And another reason is because sometimes I might want to add some other ingredients, freestyle with the pepper. So in order to do that, I usually get the pepper myself and do the grinding myself. For onion powder, what I usually do is to blend dry onions, and sometimes I dehydrate the onions myself, sometimes I just buy and do the blending. So whichever one that works, fine. You can do whichever one. But for today, I decided to blend already dried onions because I had that one already at home. So all I did was to add to the dry meal and that's it. So for white pepper and black pepper, they are very important as well. You need them from different recipes, highly recommended. So make sure you have white pepper and black pepper. They are, going to enhance your meals. Add to the blender, blend and store. It's that simple. Repeat this process until you're done with all the pepper you have. So for white pepper, you're going to do the same thing. White pepper has a more mild flavor, and I really, really love white pepper. So the next thing we have here is curry masala. This is another spice that is perfect for adding extra flavor to your meals. Another recommended spice. For all the barbecue I intend to be making, I have barbecue spice here, another recommended one. This is paprika with mild flavor, mild lovely flavor, and this is pepper soup spice. Some of the spices are homemade and some others are store-bought. Anyone that works for you, you can make your spices at home or you use store-bought. Now, Sazon is a discovery. Anywhere you see Sazon spice, buy it. It's going to skyrocket your meals. Of course, garlic is one of the major spices you need for cooking. So, yes, it's top on the list. Garlic powder, very important one. So, next up, we have ginger powder, which is as important as garlic powder. So, don't miss them. They go together, ginger and garlic. So, even if there is no other spice in my pantry, there has to be garlic and ginger. It's like a staple in the pantry. So, they are always there. So of course, cover up and set aside. And next up, we have fish seasoning for all fish related recipes. The For fish grilling, anything like that, the fish seasoning will do a great job for you. And we have suya spice, yaji pepper, another must have for me because I love suya. So apart from making suya, you can also use it for your noodles and anything like that. Thankfully, I have a soya spice recipe on my channel already, so do check that out. Turmeric is also very important for any recipe that requires turmeric, or I also use turmeric to make my immune boosting drinks, so turmeric is also important. Next, we have uziza for native recipes, another spice that I really love. I really love uziza. It makes your meal come out really nice. Next up, we have cloves. Cloves are very important, so they have different medicinal properties, so very important as well. Fennel is another great spice. I use this to make my other spice mixes, so I always make sure to have fennel. Cumin is another one that has amazing flavor, perfect for marinating meat, and I use it to make spice mixes as well. Fenugreek is not left out. Many of these spices come in handy when making a spice mix, so I always make sure to have them. This one is called allspice, and as the name implies, it is actually a very versatile one that you can use to make a whole lot of meals and even use in other spice mixes. These ones are mustard seeds, yellow mustard seeds, and I'm yet to use them. I bought them because I want to try them out. I read that they are very good and they are used to make the yellow mustard that is used as a side for grilled fish, meat, and all that. So I'm really eager to try this one out. Star anise has to be one of my favorite spices. It has a unique, lovely flavor. Sometimes I use it to make chili oil, and sometimes I just use it to make other spice mixes. Cardamom is another lovely spice that has a unique flavor. Cinnamon is not left out as well. I use it for baking and sometimes to cook. And with all of this, I left some containers for future spice mixing. So finally, we have coriander, another lovely one. And that's it for spices. So let's move over to Oil is next, and there are different kinds, but for the flavored oil, I prefer to make them myself. And all I'm doing now is to heat some vegetable oil. The first one I'm going to be making is garlic oil. Garlic oil is going to skyrocket your meal. Generally, flavored oils are going to skyrocket your meal. So instead of using plain oil, you can just replace with flavored oil. For garlic oil, all you have to do is chop some fresh garlic, then add to hot oil. You're going to allow this to fry on low heat until it turns brown. What this does is that it's going to help the garlic release its flavor into the oil. Okay, so that way you're going to be getting mild garlic flavor, not the harsh, pungent flavor that the raw garlic has. So if you're not a fan of raw garlic, you can replace with this. After that, set that aside for 24 hours or overnight, or you can actually strain immediately. I mentioned chili oil earlier, and the first thing I usually do is to heat some vegetable oil, add some star anise, then go in with some crushed chilies, chili pepper. Any chili, kind of chili pepper will do the job. Then allow this to fry on low heat until it turns dark brown. Then set aside overnight for it to infuse properly. The next one, we're making herb oil, and you can use any herb of your choice. For this particular one, I decided to use fresh curry leaves. Feel free to use any herb of your choice, fresh thyme, rosemary, or any one at all. And the lovely thing is that you can allow it to infuse overnight or for a few days. The choice is yours. Another infused oil I love making is lemon oil or any citrus oil. I usually use citrus oil to bake, and it's so lovely. Sometimes I use it to fry egg or anything like that. It's really nice. All you have to do is zest any citrus fruits, then add a carrier oil. You can use olive oil, you can use coconut oil, avocado oil, or any oil in that category. Then add this to boiling water and allow this to boil for about 20 to 30 minutes. After about 30 minutes on low heat, you're going to allow this to cool down properly. You can allow this to infuse properly for about 24 hours or overnight, or you can use it immediately. That's fine. The next thing to do is to pass through a sieve, and that's it. Don't forget to pass the other oils we made through a sieve. That's if you're making yours at home. Pass them through a sieve, and that's it. It's very easy to make, and they are so good in cooking. This is a secret, okay? Making infused oil and using infused oil in your cooking is a must try, okay? So all I'm doing now is to transfer the different oils into different bottles. This is the chili oil, and I love the color. This oil is liquid gold. All I'm doing now is to transfer the different oils into different jars. Since I don't always make infused oil in large quantities, I'm going to be using these small bottles for the infused oil. Whenever I'm making larger quantity, then I'm going to use a bigger bottle, obviously. So these oils, they are very good for different kinds of meals. The citrus oil I use for baking, and the other ones I use for cooking. They are so nice in stir fries or in frying eggs. So please, you should always make infused oil. They are a way of skyrocketing your meals. They're just going to add a very lovely flavor that it's there, but in a mild way. So this is coconut oil, of course, you must have. I always make sure to have coconut oil for different recipes. So I just added some. This is store bought. I didn't make the coconut oil at home, but I have a video of making how to make coconut oil, so do check that out. And this is vegetable oil, like the all-purpose oil that you must have. One really cool thing I love about this particular bottle is the cover. It has this clip that once you press it down, it opens and you can pour out little amounts at a time. It's really cool and it's airtight, so I really like that fact about this particular bottle. And palm oil is another one that has to be in the pantry, like of course for your soups, for anything you want to use palm oil, for your native rice, and all those recipes. A rotating lazy Susan is another good pantry essential, because what this does is that it's going to make picking a particular item very easy to reach. So you don't have to stretch your hand or anything like that. Just place the different items, and anyone you want to pick, simply rotate the lazy Susan and pick it. And yay, snacks! I love snacks. I snack a lot, so snacks has to be in the pantry. I went ahead to fry some plantain chips, and after that I fried some chin chin for munching, of course. And I'm going to transfer to the jars. I use these jars for snacks simply because they are actually perfect for snacks, because you can easily bend them and you can take out snacks from the side. So that's the aim of having that flat area that you can easily bend, so that you can easily dip your hand and take out snacks. And that makes a lot of sense. So this side jars are perfect for snacks. For beverages, we have milk for your tea, milk candy, or any recipe that requires milk. And I'm going to be using big containers like this just in case I want to top up, so it's easy. So I'm using big containers for everything in this category. One thing I really love that I did that made everything easy for me is that I categorized these ingredients so that I know what container to use for ingredients in a specific category. So for beverages, I use long containers like this just so that I can have enough space to top up anytime I want to top up. I did that for the milk, for the Milo, and now for the sugar. So I have enough space just in case I want to top up. And I feel that makes a lot of sense. Popcorn is important for movie nights, so it's very important that you have popcorn for movie time. And Gary is extremely important. It has to be top on the list, Gary and granola. So anytime you're doing your pantry organization, make sure you dedicate a big container for Gary and granola. So this is oats rice, and I recently started using oats rice, and I'm absolutely in love. It's perfect. I love oats rice, and anything you can make using the regular rice, you can use oats rice. It's really really nice. I'm going to put the details on this. I'm going to put it in the description box, so don't forget to check that out. So I'm using the big containers for bigger food items. And yay, this is the Scandinavian fiber oats from Happy Arts. My favorite oats at this moment. Really nice, highly recommended. I'm going to put more details in the box. So the reason I like these big containers is that they can take a lot of food item. Imagine I put two, that's 1 kg, two sachets, each one is 500 grams. I put two, that's 1 kg. So this container can take 1 kg of an ingredient like oats. That's really lovely. So these big containers, I recommend them for bigger food items like this. This is potato poundo for your different soups. It's really lightweight, and that's why I love it. And of course, it's healthier. So I always make sure to have potato flour or potato poundo. Goes well with different soups. And for nuts, we have granite. I'm using the 1 liter swing top jar to store nuts because these jars are perfect. They are going to keep your nuts crunchy for a very long time. So highly recommended. I use the almonds for baking, and sometimes I make almond milk. So for the nuts, like I said earlier, please use airtight jars like these ones. They are going to stay crunchy, so don't miss that. Okay. So lastly, we have cashew nuts. So I have 3 nuts for now: groundnuts, almond, and cashew. For granola, I always make my own granola at home, and it's very easy, and I'm going to show you how. So add some oats, fiber oats. I'm using the Happy Hearts oats. Now I'm going in with some nuts and some chia seeds. Feel free to use any seed of your choice, or basically any ingredient of your choice. Now I'm adding some lemon oil, the lemon oil we made earlier. So you see, very good. You can use the oil for absolutely anything you want to. I added some honey, and now I'm adding some vanilla. Mix everything together and feel free to freestyle with any ingredients you want to add. Feel free, okay? It's about how you want it, how you want your own to be. So these are the ingredients I'm using for today's granola. So after that, after mixing everything together, I'm just going to transfer to a baking tray. Make sure that after transferring this, make sure you spread this out perfectly so that they can bake evenly. And the next thing to do is to bake for about 20 to 30 minutes at around 160 to 180 degrees Celsius. And that's it. And you're going to be left with yummy tasting, super crunchy granola that you can use for your yogurt or as cereal. Yes, you can have granola as cereal, and it's really nice. You're going to love this. So now I just covered the container, and I'm just going to set aside. One thing I recently discovered, and I was like, where have you been all my life, is making your own dried fruits at home. Once you start, you're going to be hooked. You can't let go. So I'm going to be making dried fruits, and let's do this together. So I have some bananas, some apples, pineapple, citrus, and all I'm doing now is to wash the different fruits. I added some baking soda, and now I'm going to wash thoroughly to get rid of any impurities at all, because we're going to be doing something to these fruits that you're going to love as well. It's really nice. So wash all the fruits thoroughly. Make sure you do this thoroughly so that you don't have any dirt or anything like that. Now the next thing to do is to cut the fruits up. I'm starting with the apple. Whoever discovered this method of drying fruits has to be a genius. It's my first time of using a dehydrator to dry fruits, and I'm going to show you how. I highly recommend this one. So of course, what you're going to do is to cut your fruits, cut the apple into smaller sizes, into slices like you're seeing me do it. And when you're doing this, don't forget to get rid of the seeds as well so that you don't have any seed when dehydrating. Cut this into smaller pieces because it's going to make the hydration easy. And the truth is, you can cut into different shapes, and you can cut using a mandolin, any slicer that is just going to make everything easy for you. Feel free to use anything you can use when you're making yours. And after cutting the apple, of course, the pineapple. So you can cut your pineapple this way in slices like this, or you can go ahead and, after cutting in slices like this, cut in smaller chunks. It's just depends on how you like it, but I prefer the smaller chunks because it's easy to snack on that way. Of course, I repeated the same thing for the banana and the citrus. I also had strawberries. I added strawberries. So for the apples, I decided to add some cinnamon powder for extra flavor and extra nutrients. And after that, I mixed everything together, making sure to get to every corner. This is the lovely dehydrator we're going to be using. This dehydrator blew my mind, okay? So what you're going to do is to line the different fruits on each layer of the dehydrator. This particular dehydrator has 5 layers. So I went in with the apple. Now I'm going in with the banana. So when you're doing this, make sure you spread the different fruits so that you can create an even distribution for the different fruits. Okay, so after the banana, I place the tray. So what you're going to do is, once you place the first fruit, place the tray, place the second fruit. Just repeat this process. Okay, this is the third layer, and for the third layer I added the pineapples, the sliced pineapples. And of course, don't forget, make sure you always spread the different fruits so that they can get dried properly. And for the fourth layer, I went in with the sliced oranges. The fruits you can dry with a dehydrator aren't limited to the ones I used in this video. So feel free to, get creative, dry other fruits, and, just do you. That's fine. So for the last layer, I added some strawberries, and I was so eager. I wanted to see dried strawberries. How are they going to turn out? Am I going to like them? And I just added some strawberries I had in the fridge. And after that, of course, turned the dehydrator on, and I set the temperature at 70 degrees Celsius. One lovely thing about the dehydrator is that it mimics sun drying. So it does this at a very low temperature, which is why you have to allow this for several hours. And the lovely thing is that it's just 250 watts, so you don't have to be worried about electricity and all that. So after about 12 hours, this is what we have. Perfectly dehydrated. I was so impressed. This is so cool. This right here is an unlimited access to healthy snacks. I mean, we're talking healthy snacks that you can use to top your fruit, your cereal. You can use this to top your granola, your yogurt, anyhow you like it. So I mixed all the dehydrated fruits together, to make a dehydrated fruit mix. And it was really lovely. I was munching and munching at this point. It was really lovely. They came out fresh. They came out nice and crunchy. Highly recommended. So I'm using a long jar to store this. It's airtight so that I can, easily top up. So that's why I like using, bigger jars for ingredients like this so that I can easily top up. After that, I decided to, do more. And I decided to reserve some of the dried fruits. So these are the remaining ones, and I decided to make mixed fruits cereal. World healthiest cereal, that's what I call this one. So all I did was to mix this with crushed nuts. I crushed some groundnuts, cashew nuts, and almond, and that's it. I made world healthiest cereal. And this brings us to my cereal dispenser where I add cereal. So I added the mixed fruit cereal, then I added some cocoa pops. Yeah, I love Cocoa Pops. And after the Cocoa Pops, I went ahead to add this brand cereal. It's my first time of trying it out and it's really nice too. So for cereal, you can just, do what you want. I was just freestyling at this moment. Then I went in with Golden Morn cereal. No, this one is Kellogg's grain cereal. You can use any cereal of your choice. Feel free, get creative, just do you. So now I added some granola. Remember I mentioned that you can use granola as cereal and I actually do that. So I added some granola and finally I'm adding some cornflakes because why not? So and that's it for the cereal dispenser. I was just freestyling at this point. I love this dispenser by the way. I feel it's beautiful and functional. So when you want to take out cereal, just press the button and some cereal will come out. So I wasn't having cereal at this moment, so I just brought out a little and I poured it back, of course. And that's it. So I added some star anise as preservation. You can also add cloves as a way of preservation so that they remain crunchy for a very, very long time. This dispenser can also be used as a grain dispenser. So yeah, it's a versatile one. So moving forward, I also made coconut flakes and I was really impressed. So I'm going to show you how I made the coconut flakes in very easy steps. So the first thing you want to do is to crack open coconuts. I used 3 coconuts for this one and I used very sweet coconuts. So if you can lay your hands on very sweet ones, please do that. And please, when you're deshelling your coconuts, make sure you do this carefully because this can actually cause serious injury. In fact, if you're not so good with it, please give an expert or, when you buy the coconuts from the market, tell them to help you crack open and deshell. They actually do that for people. For me, I'm an expert. So yeah, I actually love coconuts, so I'm used to doing this. So I think I figured it out with from always cracking open and shelling coconuts. So I feel I've actually figured this process out. So yeah, experts in coconuts cracking and deshelling. So yes, I use 3 coconuts. You can use more, you can use less. And after that, go ahead and rinse them thoroughly, making sure that everything is squeaky clean. After the rinsing process, go ahead and peel the back of the coconuts. This is absolutely optional, but I love doing this. And the reason I really like doing this is because it makes the coconut flakes look really pretty. I know there are obviously more reasons, more important reasons why you should peel off the back, but my own reason is because they look pretty. Okay? See now, look how pretty they look. But it's optional, absolutely optional. You can leave the back. This is me just kidding. So yeah, you can go ahead and slice the coconuts with a knife or a mandolin or a slicer, but a slicer is better because it's going to make the dehydrating process faster. So all I'm doing now is to spread the coconuts on different layers of the dehydrator. This dehydrator has 5 layers and I use all 5 layers for this process. When making coconut flakes, feel free to add any sweetener of your choice or any flavor of your choice, that's fine. So this is just 250 watts, like I said, so don't worry about electricity. I let this run for about 6 hours and after that, this is what we have. Really pretty and super crunchy. Look at this now. This is just perfect. And of course, time to store. I'm using airtight jars. Every jar I used in this video, they are airtight so that your ingredients can actually stay fresh, crunchy, vibrant, and everything for a very long time. And that's it for coconut flakes. This category is for baking. I love baking, so yes, baking ingredients cannot be left out. This is all-purpose flour, and I'm using a big container for this one because all-purpose flour is very important. It's like the most important ingredient for, baked pastries and all of that. Next, we have cocoa powder for all chocolates inclined recipes. Very important. So cocoa powder cannot be left out in this category, the baking category. And I'm using airtight jars. Always make sure you use airtight jars in your pantry. Okay. Now I'm stirring brown sugar. I love using brown sugar for banana bread, so I always make sure to have brown sugar. And after brown sugar, the next type of sugar we have is icing sugar, or what is also known as powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar. So as usual, add to the container, cover up and set aside. And yay, chocolate chips. This is lemon chocolate and I recently started using other kinds of chocolate that isn't just dark chocolate and it's really nice. White chocolate, lemon chocolate, butterscotch chocolate. There are so many and it's really good to explore. I love them. For local ingredients, first of all, we have an ingredient that is perfect for your Nigerian soups. I always make sure to add this to soup because it gives that characteristic flavor that we love in our Nigerian soup. Next ingredient we have here is egusi, an ingredient that is also a must-have for egusi soup, for egusi ijebu. Yeah, egusi ijebu is another soup that I really want to try. I heard it's really tasty. Have you tried it? Is it really tasty as they claim? So I'm eager to try it. And of course, we have ogbono for ogbono soup. Ogbono soup is another soup that I really like. It's very easy to make, sharp, and it's really yummy. So we have ogbono in this small container. It's about 500 ml. For crayfish, I had a little left. I wanted to top up, and luckily I had raw one. So all I did was to blend and I added to a jar, and that's it. This is ehuru for local recipes as well. Calabash nutmeg is the English name. So add to a jar and set aside. This is salt, of course. For seasoning, there are different kinds. This one is chicken, and you can go ahead and store them directly. But one thing I recently discovered or I recently started doing is to open them up, and then after opening up, you go ahead and grind. This is absolutely optional, or better still, you can buy the powdered one. Yeah, there's powdered seasoning, or you can do the grinding yourself. Just feel free. So I had a lot of seasoning cubes already, so I decided to grind mine myself. So that's why I did this. Maybe in the future I can easily get the powdered one. So, like I said, feel free to do anything that works for you when you're doing your own pantry organization. So this is just how I did mine. And after that, cover up and set aside. So another way you can store is to store them as cubes like this. Other ingredients I have are bulgur wheat, which is really healthy and rich in fiber. You can use this for stir fries, you can use this for salads, very versatile and tastes really good. Same goes with quinoa, you can use this for stir fry and salad. It's very nice for salad. And we have chickpeas, very proteinous and a really great way to add more protein to your diet is by using chickpeas. Next, we have sesame seeds that I use for different recipes. Then, once in a while, I make sesame oil with this. So, you can make your own sesame oil at home and it's amazing. I also have soya beans. Is it just me, or are you also a lover of soya milk? I use this to make soya milk and it's very proteinous and healthy. So, yes, please add this to your pantry when you're doing your own pantry organization. Or if you already have a pantry, please add this if you don't have it already. Next, we have flax seeds and of course chia seeds. Very important. I don't play with these seeds, chia seeds and flax seeds. I add them to smoothies, I add them to granola, I add them to anything I can add them to. I make sure that at any opportunity I have to add either flax seeds or chia seeds, I make sure to add any of them. So this one is chia seeds and the previous one they are flax seeds and they are perfect, healthy, rich in nutrients, and of course, readily available and highly recommended for you. So now over to pasta, and the first one, of course, has to be spaghetti. I mean, that's like the most popular one, right? Yeah, I'm storing spaghetti in this cute bamboo jar. Don't forget, I'll put all the details in the box below. This is penny pasta, another one that I really like. I'll put all the details that you need in the box below. So please make sure to check that out, the box below. Okay. Now this is big shell pasta. I have tried this one once and it's also nice when I tried it. So I'm eager to try it out. So next up we have fafale. I hope I pronounced that right. I hope I pronounced that right. Please, so Italians don't come for me. Oh. And this is macaroni, readily available, very common one as well. And I like it, it's nice. And finally, we have couscous. I've had couscous a couple of times and it's nice as well. It's nice. Couscous is nice, easy to make. You can use it for your stir fry or anything like that. Stir fry, salad. Yeah, it's nice. For rice and grains, basically, I use big buckets like this to store them. And this particular bucket can take up to 7 kg. Yeah, 7 kg can take up to 7 kg. And all I'm doing now is to transfer the rice into the bucket. This particular rice bag is 5 kg, but anywhere between 1 to 7 kg can stay comfortably in this size of bucket. And one lovely thing is that the bucket came with a measuring cup, which to me makes a whole lot of sense. This one is called Fio or pigeon peas or ilene or abubu, and it's one of my favorites. It's really nice. And the reason you see the chili pepper in there is that it helps prevent all those weevils and those small insects that can easily ruin your grains. So yeah, please do this. It helps a lot. I have a lovely recipe of how you can make this Fio and it's so nice. You should try it out, and yeah, do check that out. So all I'm doing now is to transfer this to the bucket. Like I said, it can take up to as high as 7 kg, but this wasn't up to 7 kg. And of course, put the measuring cup and set aside. Corn is another one that has to be in the bucket. You can use corn to make your pap. You can also use it to make your agidi. There are so many different things you can use corn for. There is this lovely recipe Ibangwoka is very popular in the east, and it's very nice. So sometimes I use corn to make that, and ukbogede, ukboka. There are so many things you can do with corn. So yes, corn is important. And for the beans, it was doing great in this gallon. So I just left it in this gallon because no weevil. The beans was already doing good in here. It had no weevil, sealed, and very fresh. So I just decided to leave it in this gallon, JJ, and just allow it. I'm using clear acrylic beans to store different sauces like light soy sauce, dark soy sauce, chili sauce, sesame oil, my extra coconut oil, all the different bread spread that I have like Nutella, butter, margarine and all that. So that's what I'm doing with this particular one. For the next one, I'm going to store my Oreos. I love using Oreos to bake, so I always have Oreos for baking. It feels so good that I got to put everything in one bin and not just anyhow. So yeah, this pantry organization is goals. So I'm putting the extra biscuits I have here for munching for myself and for visitors. Of course, small bins for more storage for extras. So I'm putting extras in this particular bin, extra whipping cream, extra milk, extra sugar for this particular bin. And the next bin, I'm going to put my flavorings for baking in this one, my coconut flavor, banana flavor, chocolate, baking soda, and everything, baking powder and everything in that category will be in this particular bin. And for pantry crates, I'm going to be using these crates. They are 9 in number, which means I have enough to go around for whatever I want to store. And I got an expert to customize these crates, which was a very good step, a very good decision. I also like the fact that the crates are black, which black isn't my thing, but at the end of the day, it highlighted the white pantry, black crates in a white pantry. The crates are really durable as well. So all I'm doing now is to put the water in there. The first one put my extra bottle water in here. Some are in the fridge and the remaining ones I got to put in the crates. The crates were able to take 20 pieces of this particular bottle water. And for the second crate, I put this Virgin Milk chocolate flavor drink. This drink is addictive. I love it. So this pack has 12 in it, and I put all 12 of them in this particular crate. There are different other flavors, but this particular chocolate one is my favorite. Crates are really strong, durable for heavy items. In this crate, I put my kitchen towel, my serviettes, different kinds of kitchen towels, and cleaning items. Basically, that's what I put in this particular crate. I also put the liquid soap, kitchen sponge, all those kind of items are in this particular crate. And as usual, I got to categorize these crates. So items that are similar are going to be in one crate so that everything will be easy. I mean, at the end of the day, this is the whole aim of being organized. This crate has extra couscous and extra macaroni, basically different kinds of pasta as well. And of course, some noodles. I put my rice noodle here, my rice sticks here, and I also put the regular noodles. Onion flavor is my favorite. Which one is your favorite? So I hardly have noodles, but anytime I'm having noodles, I always use the onion flavor. So that's what we have in this particular crate. Another reason why crates are very important is because they can take leftovers. So some leftovers that you have in containers, The big question is, where do I put them? And that is one of the reasons why crates are highly recommended. So my extra spices, the extra cornflakes, extra cereal, all those ingredients, the extras basically, I put all of them in one crate. The most important thing to note when keeping your extras is that you should seal them properly. Once you seal them, you're good to go. So in here, of course, more oats and more oats rice extras. So extras continued. That's what we have in the crates. So I reserve some crates for future use in case I have anything else to store in crates. For fresh food, I use this basket. This basket has 5 layers and you can anchor them on each other or leave them separately. And that is really cool. The lowest layer has tires, so you can actually move this around. Of course, as a lover of sweet potatoes have to be in one of the baskets. Sometimes I fry, sometimes I bake, I roast, I use them to make beans, I use them to make fio, a whole lot of yummy, yummy delicacies that you can make using sweet potatoes. So yeah, sweet potatoes first. And next we have plantain. Unless I want to use plantain immediately, I prefer buying unripe ones so that they can, ripen slowly and I get to, get the best out of them. And now, Irish potatoes. I love Irish potatoes. I'm still confused. Irish or sweet? Which one do you prefer? So, after potatoes, of course, onions. Very important for all sorts of food. Like almost every meal, every proper meal, you need onions. And I have the purple onion and the white ones. After putting all the ingredients together, the next important thing to do is to label them, which is what I'm about to do now. And I'm going to be using this printer. This printer is everything they said it is and more. I feel it's not hyped enough. So when you open up, it has a printing paper in it. Okay, it also has a charger, so it's rechargeable. So it comes with a charger of its own, and of course a manual that has all the info, the step by step, and everything you need is in the manual. And not just that, 3 extra bundles of paper. This is amazing. So in total, we are talking about almost 1,000 labels. Yeah, almost 1,000. That is mind blowing. It's a thermal printer and I'm going to put all the details that you need for this product. I'm going to put everything in the description box. So the printer uses Bluetooth for connection. So once you turn it on, the next thing to do, of course, is to turn on your Bluetooth. But before that, you have to make sure that you have the app on your phone. So just download it from the App Store. You can use this with Android. You can also use this with iOS. Once you download the Nimbot app, go ahead and open the app, then tap on connect and connect using Bluetooth. Now, to use this app, you can either create an account or you can use it straight up by tapping the plus sign. After that, a text box is going to pop up, which with this you can do a whole lot. When I mean a whole lot. So you're just going to type the spice or ingredients you want to print and you can freestyle with this. You can use bold, you can italicize, you can underline, you can double the letters, you can increase spacing, you can do a whole lot with this. Now I want to tell you something that is really cool about this printer. Now, with this thermal printer, this small but mighty printer, you can actually comfortably run a business. And beyond that, you can print out your barcode, you can do your QR scan, print out tables, print out images, edit, give product specific numbers for identification, a whole lot. You can actually do so much with this printer, and honestly, this blew my mind. It's what everything that has been said about it. You can actually, this is something that I feel everyone should have. And like I said, to connect this, just turn on your Bluetooth and connect to the B21 with specific numbers attached. And that's it. Now go ahead and type everything you want to type. One lovely thing is that I actually get to write expiring date or the date I'm expected to exhaust that particular food item. This is mind blowing. I love it. Very convenient. And if you're using this for your business, this is a very good way to actually track your business and track your products, and a very good way to make everything easier and fast. So just type and print is that easy. In a situation where you have a lot of items to label, maybe not even ingredients, maybe a lot of products to identify, This will actually cut the time for you. Very convenient. And after typing for the different ingredients, simply tap on print and then you can choose the number of copies you want printed, and the printer does the job. It's that simple and straightforward. And with all this, thankfully, the app is also very easy to use. So these are the different ingredients I just finished typing and printing. This is so cool. How convenient. And you can, print in different patterns, different shapes and all that. And after this, what I'm doing now is to take out the labels one after the other, and I'm going to start placing them on the different containers. And guess what? These labels are water resistant. Now, this is super cool. This printer has a global feedback of 4.9 stars. Now, that is not something you see often. It's really worth the hype. So feel free to reach out to Home Finds by Rafi. I'm going to put all the details you need. So reach out and get yours. Business owners, don't sleep on this. It's worth every penny. Trust me. I mean, you can see it from this video. It's very convenient. You can freestyle with this. You can write whatever it is you want to write on it, and it does the job in no time. Very fast, very clear printing. With 1200 milliamperes, this printer can last for a long time. Yes, it has long printing time. The battery capacity is very good. To be very honest with you, the most relaxing and the most refreshing point of this pantry organization was this part where I was doing the labeling, and also the part where I was putting the ingredients in their specific demarcations in the pantry. It was just so relaxing and very fulfilling. Like, finally, I am doing this. So for pasta, of course, label, penny pasta. There are different kinds of pasta, so many different kinds, and of all the different kinds, I have about I think there are about 5 or 6 kinds that I have. So of course, label, and all that. There is this kind of label, extra label that I got, the transparent one, but the white one did a better job. I'm just trying to show you that there are different kinds of labels as well, but the white one did a better job. So I'm glad I ended up using the white one. Thankfully, the labeling didn't take so much time, and after everything, these are what I was left with. So many ingredients that need to be placed in their specific positions in the pantry. Now, coming to the pantry, this is what the open pantry looks like. It has different demarcations for different ingredients. I talked about this when I talked about the kitchen unveiling and the remodeling and everything. So the pantry, I got the professionals to do it for me in such a way that there are different demarcations for different ingredients. This is my open pantry, and it was structured in such a way that the upper demarcations are meant for smaller food items in those containers, the smaller containers, and these lower demarcations are meant for larger food items like the buckets, the baskets, and everything in that category. The design that this pantry has at the end of the day suits exactly what I had in my mind earlier. Demarcations that are really functional, because what I wanted was a maximally organized pantry, and that is what we have today. So this is me just placing the different items in their different positions. One thing again that I tried to do was to put different ingredients categories in the different demarcations. And in the center, I put this cereal dispenser. So for instance, what I mean by group of ingredients in a particular demarcation, for the baking ingredients, I have a particular demarcation that I put all of them in. That way, it is going to be super organized, and I don't have to mix anything up. So when I want a particular ingredient, I know where to look. For instance, nuts, they are all in the same category. That makes a lot of sense. And on the uppermost layer, the second to the last layer, actually, I put the extras because I don't get to use them all the time. And for the lazy Susan, yay, I put the oils in there so I can easily reach out to a particular one. All I have to do is rotate and pick a particular bottle. And yes, this is what we have for the open pantry. Well organized ingredients that you can access easily. Now, this is really cool. For the closed pantry, the first one has glass doors, and there are different things I want to put in here. For this one with the glass doors, I decided to put different cookwares. There are 4 layers, so I decided to put 4 cookwares in this pantry. So one cookware sets in each layer. Still within the closed pantry area, there are glasswares and appliances, different kinds of appliances and glasswares. But let me show you what it looks like, what I mean by being closed. So the first one has glass doors, and the next one wooden door, the next one wooden doors. Okay, that's how it looks like from afar. One thing I love about having a closed pantry and an open pantry is that it's a way of spreading the different things you have in the kitchen and not just having everything in one side. It's a way of creating that interest. So for this one with the glass doors, there are different cookware sets here. They all couldn't fit in. But that's okay. This first one is Sushar's Octa series. Lovely, lovely pot. I'm going to put the details in the box below because this video is also an inspo video in case you want to get these things. They are recommended. If it's not good, I'll tell you that it's not good. This one has to be my favorite right now. It's the Redmond cookware set and it's worth all the hype. This Redmond, I recently got it and I'm so glad I did because I was just skeptical. Should I not? But I'm glad I got it. So down here we have two other sets, mix and match sets. So this is what the glass pantry area looks like. Next we have the area for appliances, and that's the dehydrator that we used in this video up there. The dehydrator is number one on the shelf. And following the dehydrator, we have this 6.5 liters Mistral air fryer that I have used and used and used. Very good air fryer, it's functional. So here I have my food processor, blenders, and everything in that category. They all didn't fit in here, but there's enough space in the different cabinets. And finally, my stand mixer. This last one, still within the closed pantry area, houses different glasswares. I am a lover of glasswares and I've gathered a lot over the years of creating content. So that's what we have in this particular area of the closed pantries. Now, one thing again that I love is that the items in this particular area, the closed pantry area, they are fragile items. So having doors to protect them, that makes a whole lot of sense. So yes, that's it for the closed pantry area, and this is it, guys. This is it. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for sticking around till this point, and I'm so glad that I got to film this whole process. It's an inspiration as well to get your own space organized if you can, and if you need any help doing that, if you need guidance and everything, anything like that, please do send me a message. I'm going to reply you and help you through the process. I'll be so glad to help you through the process of doing yours. And that's it. Thank you for watching this video once again, and don't forget to check the description box for more details of the things I used in this video. And like I said, any questions, anything like that, leave a comment and feel free to reach out. Bye.